Today is a special one. It's today I'm joined by the current ISA Team Australia's head coach. Was recently awarded Coach of the Year at Surfing Australia's annual awards. I know how uncomfortable this is for you to hear. He's fresh off the plane from the Philippines, where he helped bring home a world junior title, male champion, alongside his long-time athlete and good mate Dane Henry. He's a family man, community man. He's someone who's become a really good mate of mine. Just an all-round good bugger, Adam Dufner. Welcome, brother.
Yes, bro.
Good to see you, mate.
Oh,
good to
mate,
see
we
you.
talked about it, didn't we? Like,
We have.
Before you left, we were going to do something, and I went, let's just go over, we'll knock this junior world title on there and come back and do this. Don't want to sound cocky, but Dane, I knew how much this one meant to him, mate. It was crazy how locked in he was. He even said to me, he was like, I don't know whether obsessed, should I be obsessed? And I go, mate, all the top tier athletes are obsessed. That's how they get to where they're get to, whatever they're doing, whatever the sport they're at. Guys like Federer and Jordan and all those guys, Michael Jordan and everyone, everything I read, they're always these guys that are obsessed. And I just felt that is Dane to a T. And it was one of those ones, this was one he just had earmarked and wanted so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he got it done.
Man, because we've spoken about Dane's kind of demeanour and, his mentality, how it's different, but I sensed that leading into this comp, the training block we did, there was definitely, maybe it was a combination of his maturity but it seemed to come to a head at that comp. It seemed like a different energy that he was bringing to that comp. Talk us through that, man. And the other thing was the first time it was just it being you two, right? You don't have to worry about one athlete.
Totally, mate. Yeah, it was. That was why it really was a special event, and 100% agree with you. There was a whole new look to Dane in that event. Just the intensity levels, the razor sharp focus. And just the way his eyes glazed over before his heats. He knew too, we did talk a lot about adjusting and adapting to our mood levels. And I could see him the way that he was, and which is a big part of what I do, is making sure that he's equalisers before these heats. And different heats meant different things. I knew when it was good to have a laugh and have a joke with him. And then in other ones, for Lennox's and up against Lennox for that heat, and also for the final, there was a different Dane there. Yeah. It was, we talked a little bit briefly before when I first got back, but I was like, holy shit, man. I had goosebumps just watching him and having almost this energy around him that he just let no one else in.
For sure.
It was just me and him. And that was a big part of it, because we thought, let's get over there and give this event a go with just us two. Because normally I've got a big squad, and mate, it was crazy. One of my events was 16 athletes. So fuck, it was out of control. So a lot of they're matching up. Sometimes 4-man heats, I've got 3 in it. So I'm chances are good I'm going to get someone through. But this event, it just wasn't going to be that way, but certain things happened, and I think they happened for a reason.
Yeah.
And in the end, we just went, it was just all chips in, and there was nothing else other than winning. It was we're going there to win, nothing else is going to be good enough.
That's such a different approach for you though, to have one athlete to worry about as opposed to having multiple, even 2 or 3, right? Just to be there for one. That, I feel like that would have been massive, obviously for you, but for Dane too, to feel that, and to be like, Duff's here for me and just me, and it's me and him, and we're in this together. You could see it, man, watching the telecast, you could see the energy between you two, how connected you were. It was cool, man. It was cool to see, and knowing you two, so man, what an achievement. Hey, we've got the trophy there. Do you want to? Can we chuck it on the table here? Can we bring it over here?
Oh, well, you're going to make me pick that fucking thing up again, bro.
Duffy's been carrying this thing around.
Dano
We're
made
gonna
me
tell the
carry
story.
this
Tell the
thing.
story.
Oh, mate. Hey,
I'll get it.
So Dano goes,
Let me get it.
Dano books a little trip to Bali straight after to meet his girlfriend.
Have a look. This thing here,
I
bro.
know, mate. It's 20 kilos. This thing's a beast.
Oh,
But it's amazing, like, how good's this thing? I'm so stoked for Dano. But yeah, so he's just like, here, Duff, deal with that. Get this thing home.
so Dane's in Bali.
But Dane
He's going
takes off. He gives Kiri, his mum, his 6 boards and all her luggage. He had what, 2 months. Gives me another 5 boards. Here you go, and get this thing home. Check you later. I'm going to eat banana pancakes in Bali. And I'm just like, oh my god, are you kidding? I didn't even know whether they'll let me on the plane with it, but
It's
we
a
got
cool
it on
trophy,
there.
man.
It's solid. It's so good. Yeah.
So man, that's Dane. Like he's obviously had an amazing year. Like junior ISA champion, Open Men's ISA champion, and then the WSL
Yeah.
World Junior Champ. Someone was saying that the only other person to do that is Medina, which is pretty rare
I think
company.
Kiri looked that up.
Did
she
she?
went
Okay.
down a ChatGPT.
That's a pretty. If
and
that's true,
looked I'm pretty sure that is true.
he's the only other person
was
that's
only-
done that.
yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, but I know you don't want to talk about yourself, but it's been a pretty cool year for you too, bro. Like,
Yeah.
let's just talk about it a little bit. You've been the head coach of the ISA team. That must have been an experience. You got Coach of the Year at the Surfing Australia Awards. That must have been an amazing feeling. Dane presented the trophy or the award for you. That would have been a cool moment, man. Talk us through the year and just some of those highlight moments,
mate,
man.
it was, and it just there was moments where it was super emotional for me, just because, not that you needed recognition, but just all that work on the beach and so much sacrifice at home and leaving the missus at home and doing all these events with these kids, and you just want so much for them, and you kind of don't think too much about yourself, but when it comes around, and I had Caius as one of my main athletes, and we won a couple of QSs together, and it was starting to establish myself as a coach, and also install belief in myself as well, because I never had a professional surfing background, really. As a junior, but then when I got into coaching, I really had a fair bit of, it took a lot for me to get belief in myself and what I was doing, and to really dig deep into, okay, what do I want to do and how do I want to do it? And I just went, all I want to do is help kids. Like, that's the main thing. I just want to give them support that I didn't have. I didn't have that, especially parents. I lost my mum when I was quite young, and me and my brother, we had a real football background. Did really good at footy. Was one of those ones, represented all sorts of different levels at footy, and then got into surfing, and then the same with surfing, but sort of got to a certain point where I went, where do I go from here? Yeah. And I wished that I had someone that could have just not pushed me along, but guided me along a little bit. And that was my biggest inspiration for coaching, because you just feel like when you get a little bit older, that there's like, you feel a big underachiever in certain things that you were quite good at. And when I see these kids that have that potential and know that all they need is a little bit of guidance, a little bit of direction, and they could go as far as they want to go. That's what got me into coaching, and that's what the love of just seeing kids fulfill their potential was the main thing.
It's awesome, man. It's a cool story, and I still remember. I don't know if you remember this, but the first time we met. So it was my first QS event supporting a couple of athletes. It was at Boomerang Beach.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do.
So I'd heard your name heaps, through Surfing Australia, through around the community, right? I just heard Adam Duffin, but I'd never met you, and I'd seen you a couple of times around.
Right, yeah.
But I'd never met you. And I remember, so I was there supporting Corbin Hutchins and Jessie Starling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is when Jessie was still competing,
Yeah,
and
cool.
it was one of her last events, I reckon, it might have been. And anyway, we went down a day early. Jessie was staying with her friend Charlie, I think. She was staying with Charlie, who trains with us now. Yeah. And me and Corbs had our own place. And I was like, we're going to go down early, bro. Let's get set up. Let's, go for a surf, blah, blah, get up early. The whole routine thing. And I remember getting there the night before. We got up early, woke Corbs up. Come on, man, let's go to the beach. And we get down. There's a few people in the water. And you were on the beach setting your tent up. And I was like, you were the only one down there, bro. And I was like, is that Adam Duffner guy? You know what I mean? And then you set your tent up, and then we went home, had breakfast, and came back later that day. And I remember we were sitting, you had some crew under the tent, and there was it was a hot day, there was no shade anywhere. A couple of I think Corbs knew some of your crew. I think Jay was with you at the time.
Oh,
so you went over to talk to him, and I kind of just moseyed over there, and there were a few crew that weren't with you that were kind of sitting in around the tent.
Right.
And there was a bit of shade. And I'll never forget this. You turned around and you said, you weren't rude or arrogant. You just said, hey guys, can you just leave the shade for my crew that I'm like it was my team. Like you can hang here, but just this area here, I just need it for my team. Right. And I remember thinking, I was like, fuck yeah, like it was such a good message. And I was like, I hadn't really seen that level of just care and team in the surfing environment, and I was like, wow. I just remembered feeling like kind of impressed by it. Yeah, cool. And like, yeah, we met later that day, I think, and because I was just kind of sitting back. But that was kind of my first impression, man. And moving forward, like going to different QS events around Australia, and just, man, first on the beach, last to leave. Like I saw it all the time, man. And so, like the work ethic, the commitment, the care, the genuine care. These are the things that stood out for me before we'd even really engaged and started connecting from a coaching standpoint. And that's what I gravitated towards, was that's what I felt like I wanted to be as a coach too. And so how you spoke a little bit about like you didn't have that support growing up, but like as a kid when you were competing, was it like footy that kind of gave you that work ethic and that genuine desire and passion? Because it's more than just care too. There's a deeper level of like determination and grit. Yeah. Like where did that kind of get shaped?
I think mainly that came from me and my brother, because I got an identical twin brother, and the competition is I was competing my whole life from the start. We're actually competing from the womb, to tell you the truth, because we were triplets.
What?
We were actual triplets, and me and my bro obviously knocked the other little unit out, and he miscarried, and then it was just me and my bro. So we were almost like fighting from the womb. And then from the point we came as young fellas, we would just compete in everything, and we'd never come first or third or anything. We'd be first, second in everything. And even in footy, it was best and fairest or best back. Best and fairest, best back. Like we just compete for the top all the time. And then when we left sport, like went into the workforce, we went in as brickies labourers, and it was just, we just wanted to give the brickies the most bricks and the most mud that anyone's ever fucking got for them. So we just into the ground, bro, and we just been like that our whole life. A hard day, like a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. Lived by that my whole life, and still to this day we're like that. Even my brother, I laugh at him all the time. I'm like, mate, you're 55, bro. Go easy. Why don't you get a labourer to knock up your mud? It's like, fuck that. No one can keep up anyway. And
good.
Just hook in, It's just hard work. And then when I got into coaching, I think I just brought that ethic along with it. Sure. And the care just comes from looking after our family. Like after Mum passed away, our family broke up. And me and my brother moved out of home on our own, and our sisters went to one sister went to one auntie, one went to the other. And so it was kind of survival. And it was a tough time, man, and a lot of missed opportunities through that time. And we also got into a fair bit of trouble too. We're no good. We'd love we love going out and getting in fights and punching. And we're lucky we did end up in jail a few times. But we were just, we were young lions and we were confused on where we were going or what we were supposed to do with no guidance. And thank God we just got through that stage in life, learnt a shitload of hard lessons and how to treat people, how to respect people to get respect back, and big one, easy things like manners, punctuation, professionalism. And without me even knowing, I was already doing an apprenticeship through life to get to coaching to where I am now. And I still install and demand that from all my athletes, man. Just come on, guys. I know we're surfers and we get that little bit of sort of a get out of jail free card. You know, we're surfers. We can't. No, you're not. You're athletes now. When you go to training, show up on time. Do me that respect.
Yep.
And then put the work in. And when you put it in, then look at Dane. Puts the work in. Shows up on time every time. Guys like other guys that we train with, we know the guys who do and the guys who don't. And it shows, mate.
It does, hey. We talk about a lot, Duff, like the opportunity that exists in surfing because that culture isn't entrenched in surfing because of the origins of it. You know, it's not, you know, if you compare it to footy, like we're both from that background. And I think that's one of the things that we connected on was that relentless kind of work ethic. Like there is such an opportunity in surfing, hey, to develop that mindset, that mental game, because there's so much room and with a lot of these crew to kind of make up that ground.
Sure, so much room.
And I think that's one of the hard things, hey, is finding a way to share that message with the athletes and connect in a way where you're not forcing it upon them, you're kind of trying to show them.
Well, they have to show you. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing that with you and I and why we decided to collaborate together is because we align in so many morals and the way that we see not just athletes, but how we want to be seen as a man, as a person, as a coach, as a father, as a husband. And it passes down to these kids, you know, and it's our responsibility to be able to give them these tools that they need to be able to get to where they want to get to, mate. And how rewarding is it, bro? Like it's so rewarding. I'm so grateful for what we do and how we get to see these kids just thrive in that environment.
Yeah.
And we're only kind of getting started.
That's the exciting part, hey, is connecting like we did over the last sort of 12 months has kind of increased, and now we're starting to get some momentum with different things, the different opportunities that are starting to come about.
How good is it, man?
Oh, it's cool, man. It's really cool. I pinch myself, like, to be able to do this for a living, and you have to care, right? You have to actually care about people and want to see them do well.
For sure.
I think that sits at the core, and I think that's something that you do really well, Duff, is create that space and that environment for these kids, because most of them are kids, right? They come into the program.
That's right.
Create a space and environment for them to feel comfortable being themselves. Yeah. You know, I think that's such a big thing, rather than, you know, I've experienced this with my own sport with different coaches. They have a very set way of doing things, and it's when you come in, you do this and you do that, and it's like this person has so much to offer. It's the reason why they're here. They've got talent, like nurturing them and their personality. You know, there's certain things we need to integrate for sure, but really allowing them to feel comfortable to express themselves and be themselves. That's something I've seen you do really well. And like what's the approach when you're thinking about a new athlete coming in? Is it, because I remember talking to Clancy about this too, like what's your approach when you first meet an athlete? Like how do you, what's your, is it just trying to get to know them or?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty upfront with all the athletes, especially like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If the connection's not there, the connection's not there. And that's just how I feel. And I'll always just, obviously it takes a while to figure it out, but I'm just all eyes, all ears, heart open, just let's see who you are, and I'm going to give you who I am, and we're just going to see if this thing connects or not. And there has been a few times where it just wasn't, spark wasn't there, just didn't quite happen, and that's cool. That's fine, mate. You can't be mates with everyone. Like you hear the old saying about you can count your mates on your one hand. You're a pretty fortunate guy. It's so true. It's so cliche, but it's so true. So why is it any different with athletes? It's like we're all just these personalities and
trying to find your way,
trying to find our way in what we're doing, and they're looking at you, up at you on this level, and you're looking at them at a different level. But at the same time, it's just, mate, it's just so exciting, and I'm just so grateful to be able to meet these kids. Like, you do instantly have a connection through surfing. That's the main thing, and that's, to me, sure, I've got lifelong footy mates and that I've still got today. So when I was playing footy when I was 4 years old, and we're still best mates, and you had that. But surfing is something else. I just feel like it's that connection with the ocean that you share with someone else to me, it's deeper, bro. Like, it's something, there's something there. And that's what I love, like, with meeting a new athlete. I'll just let it go, just let it ride, just see what happens. I was with Guy today, a guy from Portugal.
How cool is
Come
that?
over. This is it, mate. Go from the other side of the world. Here's about what you're doing and what we're doing, right? Wants to be a part of it. Comes over, wants to see what we're doing from the other side of the world. But we're connected by ocean, right? And so straight away, I just felt like, what a cool kid. Like,
awesome, man.
Yeah, what a great way to meet someone. You go down the sun's coming up. It's nuts, right?
Tripping, bro.
Most epic environment to meet someone anyway. And then you have a little hit out and sit down and have a laugh and talk a bit about what's going on. But always that first session, I never try to dive right in. It's just more about the connection than talking about technique and what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Nah, it's just about, is this going to happen? Is there something happening? And just let it go from there, mate. Yeah,
it's so good. Yeah, I definitely resonate with that style of coaching too, because you're right. You don't connect with everyone, and then if that's not there, you're forcing it, and it's not going to work, right? And so it's really cool. 2026 still feel like,
bro, it's off to a cracking start. Wow. Yeah, it is, mate. You saw what Dano wrote down on that board downstairs.
Do you want to share what he wrote?
Absolutely. I shared it with him when we were there before the final. I said, remember what you wrote on Jared's blackboard, on his whiteboard down there? And he's like, dominate. Okay, let's go. And
that was the cool part. And I thought when we did that exercise, it was such a reflection of the boys where they're at the moment, and we spoke about that. And like, when someone writes a word down that means something to them, you feel it, right? Like, you actually, it's believable.
Yeah.
Like, when he wrote that, I got pins, like on my chicken skin when I was like, fuck,
it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to write it.
To write it. And in front of other people.
Then go ahead and
go and do it. Yeah, it was cool to see.
Powerful, hey?
Such a good lesson, because there were other guys in that group there too that, they're all at different stages of their life and their different personalities. And I just thought it was such a cool thing for everyone, to myself included, to see it and be like, wow, like, he made it happen. He saw it, he believed it, he manifested it. You guys went over and achieved it. And so, such a cool lesson for anyone, I think, that wants to achieve anything in life.
For sure.
With business or sport or relationships, is how you approach, a goal, and how you visualize it and believe it, see it, and then actions towards making it actually happen.
For sure, mate. And let it happen. Give yourself time to go towards that goal. It was like, if it was 10 years ago and we were having this conversation, it was like, where would you be in 10 years? And I would repeat what you just said on the opening of this podcast. I'd be like, you're out of your fucking mind, bro. I'd just be like, there's no way. What? Head coach for Australia, win the gold, Dano gold. I could go win World Junior title. All this is happening. I'm just going, you're kidding. Like, what?
That's why I laughed at the start, because I was looking at you going like squirming in your chair.
Shut up, bro. Yeah,
but it's true, man. Mate. And like, Duffy, just before we go on, like I want to give you flowers, because like everything I said about, you know, I've seen the work, like I've seen a small part, like compared to what you've actually done. Yeah. I feel like I've seen a lot, but it's been a snapshot into all the time you've put on the beach, and like you're so deserving of everything you've got this year. And like, again, I'm not saying it just to make you feel good. It's such a good lesson and such a good story for people that are trying to achieve anything. It's like hard work, consistency, have a passion, something you really love doing, and watch what happens. You know, just keep doing it. And you know, like I know
it's
you,
amazing,
and I still like I'm like yes, you know, to see you do it. I'm like, it's inspiring, man. You know, so it's just cool to see like a good mate, a fellow coach, you know, lead the way. You're leading the way, man, and that's.
Thanks, mate. I feel like I'd love to talk to young coaches and that as well, because I've got, I don't know if you've seen it at my place, but I've got this. There's this big image. It's the sickest image on my wall, and it's of Lennox Head pumping. It's like 6 to 8 foot Lennox with this guy taking off. It's a photograph. Have I told you this story? And so how that came about was I look at it every day, and it reminds me where I came from in my coaching journey, because I just got back from Costa Rica. I spent 5 years in Costa Rica, and while I was there, I was like, what am I going to do to make money here? And the only thing I really know is surfing in that environment where I was. So I started up this little surf camp in Costa Rica, and I ran it for 4 years, and I was mainly like surf guide. This is way before kids, so yeah,
early 30s?
It's like
around there.
Yeah. And I was like, what can I do? I was getting asked out in the surf, like just from random guys at the bar, like, I saw you like hit the lift. How do you do that? Like, and I was like, how do you tell them how you do it? Like, didn't have the skill set to be able to understand how to tell them the feeling and the technique and the approach to be able to do a maneuver. Something clicked in me. I was like, man, I want to learn how to do that.
To coach, you mean?
Just to explain it.
Just to explain it.
Yeah,
right. That was where it
just
started.
To explain it. That's where it started, where the penny dropped. And then I ran this surf school, mate, all beginners, like just beginners, in Dominical in Costa Rica.
No way.
Yeah, and I was there for nearly 5 years, and then I came home and I went, I want to explore this a bit. I could start a surf camp or something in Australia. And I came home. When I arrived in Australia, there was this, it was on, I think I got, it was on maybe Facebook or something, or an email I got, and it was called the Green Room Conference. And it was a coaching conference at Twin Towns for surf coaches. And I was like, no way. I go, I'm going to this thing. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going. So I rocked up. Rabs was emceeing it, right? Yeah, Ian Cairns, like old school guys were there, and heaps of pros were there, world champs and all that were there. And I was just so out of my depth.
It was a coaching course?
Yeah, it was a conference.
Conference.
It was a conference for coaching.
Right.
Because there wasn't really surf coaching.
Qualifications or anything like that.
It wasn't really even a thing, right? So I just went there to find what it was all about. There's Rabbit Bartholomew emceeing it, right? And I'm like, no way, that's Rabs. Are you kidding? Like, I love Rabbit. Just watching busting down the door and all that, sickest thing. Anyway, he's emceeing it. I'm just sitting there going, this is so good. Like, and when you came through the door, You got given a raffle ticket. And then as the night went on, at the end, Rabs goes, okay, we're going to draw out the lucky door prize. And I'm like, what? And he goes, everyone received a little ticket when you came through the door. And I was just like, oh yeah, that little raffle ticket. He goes, I want a lucky door prize to win this awesome image up here of Lennox Head. And I've gone, no way. And I go, fuck, I never won anything ever, mate. I've never won a fucking meat tray at the pub, nothing. And Rabs goes, I'd do anything for this image. I'd love to have this thing. I hope I've got it and I've made everyone laugh. Anyway, he draws it out. I still remember it, 64 red. And I've gone, you're fucking kidding. I'm 64, red, you beauty! Like, I couldn't help myself. I jumped up and went, you beauty! Like this, and Rabs just like, everyone kind of went, oh, like that, and I went out, and he handed me this thing. It's massive, it's huge. It's like this. It's like the size of that.
No way.
Yeah. And then he handed me this thing, and I went, no way. And I walked out of there, and I looked up. Whenever special things happen, I talked to my mum. She'd been gone for quite a while then, but I just looked up and went, Mum, this is a sign, isn't it? This is something for me that I'm going the right way. It is, isn't it? And I went down to my little red piece of shit Toyota Corolla. I couldn't fit it in the car. It was too big. So all I had was a couple of old leggies in the back of my car. And I tied it to the roof, and I'm going down the M1 back to Byron with this thing. And I go, that was the next thing. I go, Mum, if this thing's still on the roof when I get home, it's definitely a sign that I've got to be a surf coach. Sure enough, got home, and now it's still on that wall every day, and I look at it and go,
wow,
holy shit, mate, if you just believe and keep going, incredible things happen. Amazing things, like things that I couldn't ever imagine. And then the next thing that I went to was that comp that you talked about, and I rang Dee and said, before I left, I went, you're never going to believe, I can't believe the squad that I've got to go away. And she goes, what do you mean? And I go, no, darling, I'm freaking out. And she goes, why? And I go, the names that I've got coming with me is insane. So then I had Jagger Bartholomew, Rabs' son, who I just was like, he gave me the thing. And now I'm coaching his son.
That's a trip.
Micah Margison, Margot's boy.
Young fella, yeah.
Jackson Dorian, he was in there as well. Jay Okalupo.
Sons of legends.
Oh, legend, bro. I'm going, what? And they're with the Doof. Let's go.
Shane Dorian's son, Rabbits, and who was the other one?
And Jay Ock.
Ocky.
Yeah. Mate, it was insane. And I had all these kids from these legend surfers that I just looked up to my whole life. And all of a sudden I'm taking them to surf comps. And I was just losing it. I was going, how did this happen? How did I get here? Yeah, it was crazy, mate. And
that is so cool.
It just goes to show, like, you got to start somewhere. And, you know, a marathon starts with the first step. And you just got to take that first step.
Totally, man. Yeah. That's a pretty cool way to finish, I reckon. Duffy, like I think the key takeaways, if there's a common theme about the chat we've had, it's just about believing and finding your passion and being consistent and finding your tribe and your calling, man. And
yeah, mate.
How cool, eh?
Yeah, so good.
That's awesome, man.
Sick, bro.
This year's going to be epic.
It's going to be massive, mate. The best is yet to come.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Let's go.
Thanks, Jared.
Yes. How good.